Hello everybody, I'm Jasmine. Today, my group members and I will introduce Audi for everybody. First, we use summarizing and background the Audi company, and we use some tools to analyze Audi company such as VOT analyze, Tesla analyze, and soft matrix analyze, and the stakeholder analyze. First, we will see some information about the Audi company's history. From my right hand, we can know that who created the Audi company in 1885, and he renamed the Audi company to Audi AG. And in 1949, he renamed the Audi company to Audi Union GmbH. And and they experienced a series of creation. In 1985, he renaming the Audi company to Audi AG. And from this image, we can know that Audi company with another three companies, they created the Audi Union. The Audi Union with NSU company, they set up the Audi NSU. And until now, we can say the Audi's current logo is 4 rings. And from this image, we can know that the Audi companies means listen in the team, and the main competitors is Mercedes and BMW. And the Audi company have lots of employees all over the world. They have 87,112, and their main target is luxury vehicles, and they just focus on the upper class, and the vision is primary brand. From this map, we can know that the Audi company has lots of markets. The main market is in the European market, and the Asian market, South American market, and Mexico market. And next, Shubham will introduce more about it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shubham, and I'm going to present on behalf of my team on competitor analysis first. As we can know that Audi has two main competitors, BMW and Mercedes. So the owner of these are Audi has a Volkswagen Group, and BMW has a BMW Group, and Mercedes have a Daimler. So now first I'll tell you about the sales in Europe in 2017, as shown in the figure in the unit that Audi and BMW has similar sales as comparison to Mercedes, because Mercedes is selling more cars than these two, and the revenue from these selling cars, Audi has a very less revenue from BMW and Mercedes is having 2.5 times more than the Audi. Now operating cash flow. First I will tell you what is operating cash flow. Operating cash flow is the amount which is generated by the organization by day-to-day activities. And Audi has more operating cash flow as comparison to BMW and Mercedes. Profitability percentage of Audi is very less, because Audi is paying more taxes, as shown in the table that 32.16% Audi is paying very higher taxes than the among these two competitors. Working capital of Audi is 11,698 million as comparison to BMW and Mercedes. BMW is showing that their current liabilities are more, and Audi has current assets more. So we can find the shares in million, as Audi has very less shares all over the world in the market, 43% as comparison to Mercedes and BMW. And market share in Europe, it is shown that Audi and BMW has similar shares in the market in Europe, and BMW is the leading. Regions of Audi and BMW and Mercedes, these all are operating worldwide and selling their car. And as we know that they produce luxury vehicles. So the star vehicles of the Audi is Audi Q5, and BMW has M3 series, and Mercedes-Benz has a C-Class. And star vehicles are those vehicles which are giving much profit to the organization and which are the most selling cars of the company. Now the next topic is pestle analysis. Now I'm going to tell you about how the organizations are affected by the external factors. First, political. Brexit as we know that European Union has declared that we will not recognize the driving license of the UK drivers. So it is a very big effect on the organization, and no restriction on foreign trade. Like government markets such as European Union and United Kingdom, they are providing subsidies to the organization to promote low emission vehicles. Now the second point is economic reduction in unemployment. And Germany has 3.6% unemployment rate in 2017 August. As Audi has a good opportunity to hire talented employees to the organization, and increasing investment of consumers in vehicle, which will increase the benefit of the organization, increase the profit of the organization. The third one, socio-cultural benefit to consumerism. Benefit to consumerism is like Audi is producing low emission and fuel efficient car, and Audi has joined Go Ultra Low campaign to increase the awareness of benefit of such vehicles. The next one is technological, new discoveries and new technology. Like nowadays, increase in demand of electric vehicles. So Audi is focusing to produce electric vehicles, and they are thinking to invest in electric vehicles by 2022. Next one, legal compliance with safety rules and regulations. The organization should always consider the safety rules and regulations of the country while producing their products. So Audi must look the organization. Audi should follow the government safety standards while producing their cars. Next one is environmental protection law. As Audi has been certified from the eco management audit scheme for more than 10 years, because Audi is using the resources and energy efficiently and reducing the waste, and this happened because the government are focusing more and getting strict on wastage of resources. Thank you. Now I hand over to Jason.
Next, we will introduce the stakeholder analyze for everybody. From this table, we can know that I divided 3 color sections. From the green sections, this part is less important, so we need to keep informed. And for yellow section, it is middle important, so we need to keep satisfied. For red sections, it's really important for our economy, so we need to keep cherish. And first of all, we will analyze low power and low interest rate part. In this part, we put NGOs, banks, and low income groups. NGOs, that means no governmental organization, so they just focus on our economy, how to protect the environment. And for banks, we can know that lots of companies competitors with banks such as Barclays, but they have lots of customers. They don't like of Audi company, so they are not interested in the Audi company's development. And for low income groups, we can know that some groups such as some university students, they just graduate from university, so they don't have enough money to buy the Audi company's product. And for a high power and low interest part, we can see that the government organization, European Union, media group, and reviews. And we can know that lots of famous brands are born in European Union, and they have lots of competitors. So the European Union cannot focus on cannot focus on the Audi company, and at the same time, the local government provides a good platform for Audi company development. And we can know in modern society we can know lots of reviews from the media groups. Sometimes they will put some good things, such as the Audi company's technology. It will help Audi company bring lots of profits. But sometimes they will put some bad things. It will influence Audi company's customers and development. And for high interest and low power group, we talk employees, sustainers, suppliers, and competitors. We can know that the Audi company has a lot of employees, but they don't have enough money to buy the Audi company's products because the car is really expensive. So maybe the Audi company should provide some discount policy for their employees. And for sustainers and suppliers, they are really interested in the Audi company development because the development of Audi decided to their future. And for competitors, we can know that the Audi company has lots of competitors, such as BMW, but they are just focused on Audi technology, so they don't have high power for Audi company. For last part, we discuss high power and high interest. We can know that the Audi's main target is upper class. For these people, they have enough money to buy Audi the product, and they are really interested for new technologies such as AI. And for shareholder, from this table, we can know that Wolfgang AG is the main shareholders in Audi company. It can help Audi company to bring lots of profits and provide a good platform for Audi company. So next, Richard will introduce the Audi.
Hello everybody, my name is Richard and I will be presenting information on Audi's 5 forces, SWOT analysis, graph showing market share and sales, proposed strategies using the ANSOS matrix, and the summary. Well, from Potter's 5 forces, these are external forces which contribute to strategy a company has to take, and these are grouped into 5 sections. These 5 sections also have their various form of levels that it affects the company. We look at first threat of new entry. Threat of new entry is the ability of new competitors which produce the same vehicle or the same material to enter into the market, and it's low. It's low because the cost of entry is high. The cost of resources is high for a company to get into the car manufacturing business. That is why it's low and only safe from that department. We looked at the threat of substitution. Threat of substitution has to do with people with similar products, such as trains, buses, and airplanes. We provide transportation for people, and it's high because there are lots of companies in that kind of market. You look at Fly Emirates and all these trains and buses which people used to move around Europe and all around the world. This is very high, and this is a situation for Audi which Audi has to look at. And we looked at competitive rivalry. Competitive rivalry is high because there are lots of car manufacturing companies in the world. We look at Tesla, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, BMW. All these are competitors of Audi, and they are manufacturing a lot of vehicles and every year. And we looked at supplier power. Supplier power is low and medium. Why is it low and medium? Because the suppliers vary. You look at a supplier who produces probably windshield, provides Audi with windshield wipers or something like that. And look at a supplier who provides with tires. The supplier with tires has more power than that of the supplier that produces windshield or provides Audi with windshield. So that's why it's low and medium, depending on the product the supplier gives to the company. That's why it's low and medium. We looked at customer power. Customer power is medium and high. Medium and high because Audi, every customer preference is different. Some customers have money more than others. Some do not have such low money. Some need these luxury vehicles. Some do not really need luxury because they just need a normal car to use in their day-to-day activities. That's why it's low and high. We looked at a SWOT analysis, and the SWOT analysis focused on strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The strengths and weaknesses are internal factors that the company has control over. And we looked at the first one of the strengths. This is Audi is situated in Europe. It's situated in Europe. Europe being the richest continent in the world is a very good opportunity for Audi, and it helps Audi to partake in a lot of businesses. We looked at great finances from my Group Nation Bonds presentation. You could see that Audi has a lot of money from their operating cash flow and other things like that, and they can partake in any business that they want to. We looked at the brand name of Audi. The brand name of Audi is premium. It's associated with luxury, expensive things. That's why it's the strength of Audi, and it's also important for Audi. And we looked at the weaknesses. The brand name again is there. The brand name is there because some people do not want this premium. They don't want expensive things. They want something that can take them to their day-to-day activities or anything at all. And Audi being associated with expensive things, this prevents other customers from getting into Audi products. And we looked at European market dominance as a weakness. It's a weakness because Audi is very dependent on the European market. More than 45% of their total sales are from the European market, and if there's a crash in the European market, probably more financial breakdown, something like that, it would really affect the company. And that's a weakness. We looked at simple vehicle type manufacturer. Simple vehicle type manufacturer. Why is it that Audi is mostly associated with luxury cars? Look at companies such as Ford and Volkswagen and other companies like that. They produce a whole variety of vehicles that help them in their day-to-day business and provide with other people. And we look at opportunities. Opportunities come within benefits and weaknesses, and the company can look at what they can do with these opportunities that we've aligned. We looked at the opportunities, increasing wealth in Europe. Increasing wealth in Europe, as we said, all these situated in Europe. And because Europe is a very rich continent, and countries such as Poland, Ireland have been getting more money and have increasing GDP from 3 to 6%, increasing GDP every single year as provided by IMF. It's a very important strategy for a very important section for Audi to look at. And we looked at partnering with other wealthy franchises. You look at Europe, there are a lot of franchises such as football clubs, there are television stations, so many other people, fast food restaurants, a lot of places that Audi can look at and partner with them and get more marketing and get their product out there. Look at the emerging Asian market. Emerging Asian market, as we could see from the map earlier, Audi has some factories in Asia and they can penetrate the Asian market with countries like China and India coming up a lot in the Asian market. And we looked at opportunities again, and we looked at advancements in technology. You look at the advancement in AI, advancements in all these kind of technologies, and it helps Audi to be able to benefit a lot and use their great finances as the strength to be able to move the company forward. We look at threats. With threats, we look at Brexit. Brexit is a threat. Why is it a threat? Because Audi is situated in Europe, and if there's Brexit will introduce tariffs and new taxes and levies that were not there previously. And we looked at increasing conflicts in Europe, and Audi is situated in Europe as a strength. And these conflicts in the eastern part of Europe is a problem for Audi, and it can prevent Audi from going forward. We looked at also a threat, poor nature of roads in some countries in Europe. These countries do not have the best quality of roads, even though Audi's cars are really good, and they can damage their cars and damage Audi's reputation. Well, this is a graph showing Audi's car sales in Europe from 1999 and 1990 to 2016, and we can see that Audi's sales has been increasing year by year with some bumps along the way, but it's still increasing and it's really good for them, and they can. We looked at the market share of various car producing companies in Europe, and we looked at Audi, and Audi is among the best there, even though some companies are ahead of it, but Audi is among the best, and it's really helping them, and it's really a positive for them. We looked at the sales of Audi and Mercedes-Benz in Europe, and we can see that Mercedes-Benz has an edge over Audi across the years, and it's improving, and it's really something that Audi can look at, even though Audi has sometimes been competing with it also along the years. We looked at the market share of Audi and Mercedes-Benz in Europe across the years, and we can see that it's very similar to the sales of Audi and Mercedes-Benz across the years, with Mercedes-Benz having an edge, but Audi also having a say in the market across the years. Another one we looked at was Audi and BMW. Audi and BMW are far more closer than Audi and Mercedes-Benz, and this is shown in the graph. And Audi and BMW have a more competitive, have more rivalry than better rivalry than Mercedes-Benz, and you can see from the graph that they overlap each other throughout the years. Looked at the market share of Audi and BMW in Europe, and we can see that it's very similar to the sales graph as shown previously, and Audi and BMW do not really overdo each other throughout the years. Well, this is the answers matrix, and the answers matrix has to deal with strategies a company can take, looking at these 4 quadrants. The 4 quadrants determine have a degree of risk, with market penetration being the least risky, and diversification being the most risky, and product development, market development being somewhere in between them. From the answers matrix, we developed a couple of strategies that we would like to look at in our individual reports, and these strategies are developing new vehicle types. These new vehicle types focuses on product development, and we also looked at use of AI technologies, which deals with product development a lot, and using these new technologies to better the cars and improve sales. We looked at marketing, targeting middle class customers. Also, targeting middle class customers is a form of market development and help. It's a form of market penetration, and it helps Audi to get their products out there. We looked at sponsorships, which is a form of answers matrix, which we looked at, which Audi can also look at partnering with other Audi franchises, as we said earlier on. And we looked at air travel, which is a diversification factor, and which Audi can also look at. We looked at targeting the Asian market, which is also something that Audi should look at, since Audi has some corporations in some factories in Asia, and Asia is a developed market. And we looked at introduction of more hybrid cars to protect the environment, which is an environmental factor people are becoming aware of. In summary, through our analysis, we realized that external forces really shape the strategy a company must take, and we also realized that Audi has the strength to tackle any problem ahead. And we realized that Audi has a promising market with strong European dominance, and we also realized there's an emerging Asian market support. Thank you.